Welcome to the Books Bible Study, where we continue on our journey to read through the entire Bible. Um, we are on Exodus chapter 10. Last chapter, I said that it had been 8 plagues, but I think at that point it was only 7. By the end of that chapter, we had the blood, the frogs, the lice, the flies, the animals died, and then the boils and the hail. So that's only 7. So we now continue with Exodus chapter 10, verse 1. Now the Lord said to Moses, Go into Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the hearts of his servants, that I may show these signs of mine before him. So we're clear on why God hardened Pharaoh's heart, to show these signs so that they could know that he is God of all the earth, right? Verse 2 said, And that you may tell in the hearing of your son and your son's son the mighty things I have done in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that you may know that I am the Lord. So this was the purpose of God hardening Pharaoh's heart. Verse 3. So Moses and Aaron came into Pharaoh and said to him, Thus says the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Verse 4. Or else, if you refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your territory. Verse 5. And they shall cover the face of the earth, so that no one will be able to see the earth. And they shall eat the residue of what is left, which remains to you from the hail. And they shall eat every tree which grows up for you out of the field. Verse 6. They shall fill your houses, the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, which neither your fathers nor your fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were on the earth to this day. And he turned and went out from Pharaoh. Verse 7. Then Pharaoh's servants said to him, How long shall this man be a snare to us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Do you not yet know that Egypt is destroyed? Verse 8. So Moses and Aaron were brought again to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Go, serve the Lord your God. Who are the ones that are going? Verse 9. And Moses said, We will go with our young and our old, with our sons and our daughters, with our flocks and our herds we will go, for we must hold a feast to the Lord. And I believe this is the first feast mentioned that is actually for the Lord. Verse 10 says, Then he said to them, The Lord had better be with you when I let you and your little ones go. Beware, for evil is ahead of you. So he's either calling them evil for, telling them to let the people go, or he's threatening them with evil for leaving. Then verse 11, Pharaoh says, Not so. Go now, you who are men, and serve the Lord, for that is what you desired. And they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. So Pharaoh wants to dictate, even after who Moses said would go, he wants to dictate who goes. But Moses just said who will go, not just the men, right? The women, the children, the young, the old, including all of their animals, because they didn't know what God was going to tell them after they went to sacrifice. So verse 12 says, Then the Lord said to Moses, Stretch out your hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb of the land, all that the hail has left. Verse 13. So Moses stretched out his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind on the land all that day and all that night. When it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. Verse 14. And the locusts went up over all the land of Egypt and rested on all the territory of Egypt. They were very severe. Previously, there had been no such locusts as they, nor shall there be such after them. Verse 15. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they ate every herb of the land and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. So there remained nothing green on the trees or on the plants of the field throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 16. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste and said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Verse 17. Now therefore, please forgive my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God, that he may take away from me this death only. Verse 18. So he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. Verse 19. And the Lord turned a very strong west wind, which took the locusts away and blew them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the territory of Egypt. Verse 20. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the children of Israel go. So we see Pharaoh continuing to pretend to humble himself before the Lord, but he's only doing it to remove the plague, right? It's not really sincere. Verse 21. Then the Lord said to Moses, stretch out your hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, darkness which may even be felt. Verse 22. So Moses stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. Verse 23. They did not see one another, nor did anyone rise from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. So again, remember, this was only experienced in the part of Egypt where the children of Israel were not, right? So Goshen had to be close enough for them to work for them, to travel, but still the plagues did not touch them, right? Verse 24. Then Pharaoh called to Moses and said, go, serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds be kept back. Let your little ones also go with you. So now he's adding, okay, y'all can go, you can take all the people, but leave your animals back, right? Verse 25, but Moses said, you must also give us sacrifices and burnt offerings that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. So he's bargaining, but he's still trying to not do exactly what the Lord is requiring of him to do. But so I like that Moses and Aaron are sticking to what the Lord said, right? Verse 26 says, our livestock also shall go with us, not a hoof shall be left behind. For we must take some of them to serve the Lord our God, and even we do not know with what we must serve the Lord until we arrive there. Verse 27. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. Verse 28. Then Pharaoh said to him, get away from me. Take heed to yourself and see my face no more. For in the day you see my face, you shall die. Verse 29. So Moses said, you have spoken well. I will never see your face again. So we end this chapter at 9 plagues, right? And Pharaoh agreeing to let them go, but on his terms, not on their terms. However, Moses still is not budging on what he said. And Pharaoh's heart is still hard at this point, right? And so now there's a threat of death upon Moses. So let's see if there's going to be another plague, if he's going to kill Moses. Let's find out what's going to happen in Exodus chapter 11. God bless.